Today we're replacing the ignition lock cylinder on a 2003 Honda Civic. As you can see, it's a snowy day in State College, and I'm doing this in the parking lot of my apartment. So the quality is not going to be as good as my usual video, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go under here and remove this cover for the fuse box. There we go. So just take off those, just turn those little knobs and then pull it out. And then there's 3 Phillips head screws on this bottom cover, and we're going to take that off. Let's see if I can. Well, I might have to pry this up. Hold on. Okay, I got it off. I snapped a couple of clips there, but I didn't have to pry it off. I just needed to pull it forward enough so that it can go over it. I had to pull down this lever to help get that bottom cover out, so we're going to move this down the steering wheel, and then this top cover comes right off. Alright, we have 2 connectors, one here, and then we have this big connector down here. I believe, but I think this is the immobilizer unit, and I think we need to transfer this onto the new lock cylinder. Alright, so I just unplugged these 2 electrical connectors, and that leads us to this back part here. So these are riveted on. We need to drill them off. I think I could just drill this one off and then pry the rest off. And I center spotted it because that's where my drill can get to. So I center spotted it there. I know it's not in the center, but I'm going to drill that and bring it back. Alright, I finally got drilled through the top, and then, or the rivet on the left, and then I just pried the clamp to the side with a screwdriver, and now we should be able to, take this off. So you can see that the new one has these bolts instead of the rivets. So this immobilizer unit is just held on by this 1 Phillips, and we're just going to transfer that over. My bad, there's 2 more Phillips up here on the left. My bad for a second time, it was just the 1, you see? Okay, we're underneath the steering column. You see that little slot? Gotta make sure that slot's there so it goes into, this goes into it. Focus, yeah, there we go. Okay, the new one's in. I had to unplug this electrical connector right here to get to the bolt, but it's bolted in and the steering lock works. So I'm just going to plug everything back in and put the covers back on in the same way I took them off. Alrighty, we are all put back together. The new key goes in really nice. The steering lock works. Now we need to actually program the new keys. Luckily I know a guy who can do that. Some of you might know him, Yvonne from MotoYam 82. I think it's 82. I'm gonna call him up and he's gonna do it for me. So we're gonna see how that process is done. So I'm sitting here jumping my car because I left the dome light on, and I was messing around with the old one, and would you look at that? These aren't rivets, these are bolts. So interesting. You know, it's a round head, so it's not like you'd be able to get it out without being creative. I wonder how they tighten them in. Maybe you can cut a slot in there and use a Phillips head. That might be easier, like with a Dremel tool or something like that. So for all you guys who are watching this and are doing this job, that might be something you could try to see if it works. I don't know how this process works at all. I have 0 experience doing this kind of stuff.
Let's see, well, for Honda keys, you
Yeah.
gotta go into the immobilizer
Okay.
and see if you can recognize the new keys. And so you have a set here, 2 new keys.
Yeah.
So we have to program both of them in
Okay.
into the immobilizer.
All right.
Then you can show the green blinking key.
Yeah.
That means your car will not start.
It cranks though.
Yeah, it cranks.
Does not start.
So we're gonna get into the Honda software.
Oh man, there's a glare like crazy. Ah, perfect.
We got the launch X431. Let's see. Honda. Okay. Hopefully this works. Actually, I haven't done Honda keys before.
Well, let's find out.
Only one way to find out, right?
Yeah.
Get the 16 pin. Key is on.
Communicating, please wait.
Yep, a Civic Coupe.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't read the VIN here.
Okay.
So let's do system selection. And let's see. Let's try to find this immobilizer. Smart key system.
So what are all those?
There's an immobilizer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. Immobilizer setup. So we want to do keys, right?
Yeah.
So we want rewrite keys, or all keys lost.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're new keys, right?
Yeah.
New set of keys.
Let's see. Instead of adding one key, we can. Let's see what this does. Function does necessary registration keys are registered and deleted. These and original keys require rewrite all keys. Okay, so we have to say all keys lost.
Okay.
Since this is a new lock
right.
cylinder.
Got it.
How many keys do we want to register? So it's 2, right?
2, yeah.
Okay, so let's do 2 keys. Okay. Turn ignition switch off.
Okay.
Turn ignition switch on.
Within.
Turn off.
Interesting.
To on with another key within 17 seconds. Alright. It's on.
Turn the switch off within 12.
Off. Without changing the key.
Wow,
Turning the switch off.
This is a process.
Okay, and on again. Did our blinking light go off?
It looks like it.
Yes. We'll follow the instructions. We won't try to start it yet. Ignition switch off. And on. Says it's done, so.
Turning this switch off.
And okay. Check all keys to ensure each will start the engine. Alright, here we go.
Yeah!
That was key number 1. Let it warm up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Off.
Try the other
Key
one.
number 2.
Nice.
Sweet.
Wow, that was painless.
Yeah, I'm happy that it was.
Yeah.
I got another call to do after yours. So
Oh, really?
This
This will be over in like a minute, you know?
Yeah.
So I can foresee people asking what this is. Can you kind of tell us what that is?
You mean what the scanner is?
Yeah.
It's the brand is Launch.
Okay.
It's the X431. It's wireless. It's kind of an older model.
I see.
They do have the newer Android ones coming out.
Yeah.
Which are like fancy touchscreen.
I know you had the Varus last time. I
yeah,
saw
the Varus actually will not do any of this stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Even though it's like a 10 grand unit.
Yeah.
Snap-on's like, we don't want to breach on the OEM, dealer only functionality, but these scanners are more. It's like the coverage is better.
I see.
And they can kind of, I don't want to say hack into the systems, but
right.
They do a lot of stuff.
That's awesome.
So should be good to go, right?
Yep. Looks good to me.
Yep. As long as the green key doesn't blink, then
awesome.
It'll work.
Ivan, you're the man.
All right. Oh, happy to take care of that.
That's awesome. Glad to drive my car again.
All right.
Alright, well thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you haven't checked out Ivan's channel, go check it out.
Alright, that's cool.
Yeah, I'll put a link. So, see you guys later.